Hi everyone, it's Jay Pace, Providence Property Buyers Agents here today. I just came from an open home that is going to auction and I'm just doing a bit of reconnaissance and just listening around the neighbourhood. Buying at auction can be emotional and stressful because there's time pressure and there's definitely peer pressure. The money stakes are high and most people are well out of their comfort zone. But if you have a well-planned approach to an auction, it can make all of the difference when it comes to potentially being successful on the day. So what I thought I'd do today is I'd put together 8 of our top tips and tricks to give you the edge when you're bidding at auction. The first tip is watch the game from the stands before you jump onto the field. And what I mean here is go to some auctions as a spectator. Get yourself familiar with the process. You don't want the first time that you go to an auction to also be the first time you're the one bidding. Next, be prepared to buy. There are no cooling off periods when you buy at auction. So if you win, you're obligated to buy that property from the vendor. And before you participate in an auction, make sure that you've got your loan sorted because this definitely puts you in a much better position to bid as you'll already know what your limit is. Lastly, and I know most people don't have them anymore, but I highly recommend getting a checkbook. This is going to allow you to easily sort out your deposit on the day if you are successful. Next, know what you're buying. To give you 100% peace of mind, visit the property multiple times. You don't even have to wait for the inspection. I'm here right now. I'm sitting here, I'm listening at the front of the house, I'm listening for the sounds, I'm looking where the sunlight is, I'm going to speak to some neighbours after this. During my inspections, I open all doors, cabinets, drawers, windows, I switch on every light, air conditioning, kitchen appliance, taps, etc. If I discover that there's an issue potentially, well that's going to allow me to reconsider or reevaluate my purchasing limit. Next, consulting professionals, building and pest inspections, strata reports, pool and compliance and functionality checks, contract of sale reviews by your conveyancer, comparable sales reports from the lender. All of these checks are a must-do. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So be prepared to also walk away at an auction. Before you show up, you must know what your maximum purchase price is. It's easy to say, I'll go another $2,000, but this is the type of thinking that leads people to overpaying and getting in trouble. And remember, at the end of the day, the bank still needs to value this property. If they think you've overpaid, they're not going to lend you all the money you need to purchase it. Again, eliminate distractions. Don't bring an entourage to the auction. This may be one of many auctions that you participate in, and you need to focus. If you want to bring a support team, separate yourself once bidding starts. There should be one bidder. When couples start talking to each other at an auction, it's because they're reaching their limit and they're trying to change their limit on them. And that indicates to other bidders that potentially they can be knocked out with maybe a $5,000 elimination bid. Be prepared to negotiate, because if you are the highest bidder and the property has not yet reached the reserve price, the auction may be put on hold while the agent brings you into the property to negotiate on the price in private. Now, their goal here is to get you to bid against yourself. But take your time, because these discussions are very important. Refer to your comparable sales and the research that you've done and stick to your limit. Lastly, consider using a buyer's agent. The seller that you're buying the property from, they've got professional representation. Why don't you? An experienced buyer's agent is in their comfort zone when buying a property. Providence has bought over 2,000 in the last 14 years. We locate, assess, and negotiate for you. Or we'll just go to a property and bid at the auction. I hope these tips have been helpful. I wish you the best of luck in your purchasing at your auctions. Have a great day.